And how did your parents find out about CSF in the first place? Do you know?
I'm not too sure, but my mom definitely advertises it to everybody she knows. Like she always tells them about CSF and just how good it was. And she always talked about how important like a private education was to like her growth. So I feel like my mom wanted us to gear more towards like a private education, and for that reason she put us in Catholic school.
So tell me how you got to the place where you decided to go to GW, because I don't know if I think you know this, that I went there to law school.
So throughout the process, I was stuck between three schools. I was stuck between Binghamton, Emory University, and George Washington University. And when I visited George Washington, I actually like really loved it. Like I fell in love. So I ended up picking George Washington. Yeah, I really picked it because of like the location. It was close to like the capital, and based on my major, it seemed like the best choice. I also really like the campus and how it's like kind of non-traditional, so it's not something too different from like New York. Like the city of DC is not that different from New York, so it was something that I felt like it would be easy for me to adapt to, rather than like going to the suburbs, for example, which is something I've never like seen before. And I feel like that change in environment might have been a little bit difficult for me.
But you'll be fine. I can tell just by listening to you. Did you have a lot of guidance and help from your counselor at school, or did you pretty much do this on your own?
My counselor in school definitely helped, but I also had an outside counselor through this program called College Point.
Did you take a lot of AP courses?
I took 8 AP courses.
Wow.
Yeah, and it kind of helps me like in college, because I feel like because of the credits I earned because of the APs, I'm kind of like ahead. I had another question. So how would you describe your experience at George Washington?
Well, I think initially, I mean, I was so like a fish out of water coming from the middle of the country. There weren't very many farm girls from North Dakota there, that's for sure. You know, I think the one thing to really keep in mind as you go through all of life is never look at anybody and make any prejudgment about anything.
And I think your story highlights the importance of like viewing the perspective of others, like not just box yourself into what you know, but also expand yourself and just learn about others, like different environments, different cultures.
Just be confident in your story and confident in who you are and confident that you have something to contribute, because you absolutely, I mean, just seeing you for 1 minute on the Zoom call, you can tell that and know that. It's so much fun to talk to you, and I'm so excited for you. One thing to do is to just I mean, you have to plan and you have to think about the future, but really try to enjoy every moment for what it is. Just really enjoy and don't worry too much.
So I just want to first begin by thanking you so much for your donation. Your donation has helped me and many other students who resemble me to pursue an education that may not have been possible without a donation like the one you grant us, which has helped me to get to the point where I am today, both the scholarship that I've obtained in middle school and the scholarship I had in high school. I have seen the impact that the scholarship has had on me and so many others, and just understanding that and like seeing it firsthand makes me want to do the same thing you guys have done for us and just give back to my community in any way I can. And my older brother received the scholarship and he's 23, and because of the scholarship and the education he received, he was able to attend a university and receive his degree. And I've seen the effects it has had on like my younger sister, who has now just fell in love with the idea of school and is just so eager to learn. It shows like the importance that your donations have on the students that receive it.